What EAF means to me. I retired as a full-time faculty member at EAF 15 years ago. So you may wonder why I'm so strongly in support of the department. Some of it is because I've seen the other side. The first university where I served was not a good environment, especially for young faculty. That university was on the East Coast, and I was hired along with two others that year. We were all new PhDs, one from the University of Wisconsin-Madison, one from Teachers College, Columbia, and me from Ohio State. None of us stayed there very long. We were essentially driven out by competing faculty factions, each of whom despised and made trouble for the other. The three of us got caught in the middle. I vividly remember the day I walked in the door of EAF and saw the doctoral grad's picture on the wall. That struck me. It demonstrated a clear pride in student success. I probably had a big smile on my face when I quietly turned to my host and said, "This is where I'd like to be." While packing my office in preparation for my move to Illinois State, there was a new senior professor who had just been hired from Northwestern University. He said to me, "Ed, you are going to a real university in Illinois. Where we are now is not a real university." That's part of the reason why I appreciate and admire Illinois State University. I've seen the other side. But most of my admiration for Illinois State is because of what I found here, in EAF, and in the entire university. First, it was evident that this was a family comprised of diverse faculty from a wide variety of backgrounds, training, and points of view. It was a family who knew, understood, and appreciated its founders, Don Prince, Ben Hubbard, and Elwood Eggleston. Second, these three pioneers hired outstanding, promising young faculty. Alan Hickrod from Harvard, Clayton Thomas from Iowa, and a nationally known expert in finance and state policy, Merritt Madison Chambers from the University of Michigan and then Indiana University. Third, it was only a few years until others were hired. J.H. McGrath, Dale Jackson, Krita Sabin, Ron Holinsky, and John McCarthy. And several faculty with strengths in the social sciences were hired in educational foundations. Don't be mistaken. These faculty weren't cut from the same cloth. They represented universities from throughout the nation. They came from different cultures, different ways of doing things, different preparations. The group grew to include some brilliant African American and female professors. Other departments at ISU and across the country viewed us as diverse. That was a focus for EAF, but it should have been even a larger focus. In my opinion, the more diverse the faculty become, the better able we can serve all of our students. One overriding theme that united us was our love of what we were doing, our intellectual curiosity, and our devotion to students, especially student learning and student success. This was the glue that held the group together. Today, like then, the EAF faculty and the students make it successful. There's even a greater emphasis placed on reaching out to faculty, staff, and students who are underrepresented. But the term reaching out doesn't quite cover what's happening here. Making each person an important part of the culture you are creating is another goal entirely. It's more challenging, It involves cooperation, collaboration, and mutual respect. These things are not easy. They require participation, listening carefully, knowing when not to speak, reaching out, partnerships, and collaboration. Together, they can lead to success, and in that success, you'll be blazing a trail, one that is vitally important to EAF, to the university, and beyond. When I was a full-time professor in EAF, I was known as a collaborator and an innovator. I was an innovator because I got graduate students involved in research, which then led to presentations at regional and national conferences. Quite often, these collaborative activities were based on student research, master's theses, and doctoral dissertations. If the student did the writing, then he or she was first author. I was in a supporting role. My joy was to help create the spark that led to students' involvement in professional presentations and publications. That's what our academic work is all about. When I think back on my career, I remember what that senior faculty member told me as I left my first position on the East Coast. And if I could go back to that moment, I'd tell him, "You're right, Illinois State is a real university, and it definitely was the right move for me."